Hello there, everybody. Trying a game I haven't played in a while. That is Inside Pitch. And we're talking the original Inside Pitch, not the whatever the crap is they got going on now. I'm talking about the original Inside Pitch, the standard. And what we have here, get this over here just a little bit. All right, let me back this up just a hair. There we go. I think that fits everything now. Hopefully it does anyway. We have 1982, the Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres. This was an opening day game in San Diego. Got our Jack Murphy Stadium as our background. I got these little tokens to put here in case we want to check running and whatnot. The only thing I don't have is a place for the scoreboard, but I do have the game on the score sheet here to print. So, and of course, I'll be giving the score every half inning. So, seeing the score 24/7 is not really that big of a deal, I don't believe, at least to me. All right, so we're going to get this thing going. I got, of course, my chart here, the one chart you do need for the that and the rare play chart. Okay, so first things first, Juan Eichelberger, 7-14 with a 4.20 ERA in the 1982 season. And he will start things off facing Brett Butler. There is a shadow effect here, which I really don't like because my overhead light is to my left and the dice tray is getting that shadow effect. Let's see if I can, maybe I'll do that. That takes that out of there. Maybe that, well, that kind of, well, we'll go with it. Hopefully that's good right there. All right, so here we go. Eichelberger facing Butler. 1-4 on Eichelberger. We always start with the pitcher. 1-4 is an automatic out. So Butler's out automatically. And it's a star line. So we're going to get the star line result. And it's going to be a 5, which results on a fly ball to center field. Eichelberger is a 50-50 on his ground ball to fly ball ratio. He's got 3 flyouts and 3 ground outs. This case, though, since we rolled an 8, it is a fly to center field. Brett Butler is out of there, and that brings up Glenn Hubbard, second baseman. We get a 1-3, and that's a potential walk. Hubbard against right-handers walks at a 15. Stadium takes away 2. That makes it down to a 13. That's a 17, so there will not be a walk. So now we go to Hubbard's card. Finish the at-bat. 1-2, it's a ground ball to third. So Hubbard unable to draw the base on balls. Instead, he grounds it to third base. And right there waiting for it was Luis Salazar. Throws over to Broderick Perkins. 2 up, 2 down. And here comes Claudell Washington. 4-6, and that's another potential walk. Go to Claudell. He walks at a 7. Again, -2 is a 5. And that's a 6. So the Stadium directly took the walk away from Claudell. He would have walked. That 6 fit right here in the 7. But the Stadium took 2 away, so it's not going to be a walk. But Claudell still gets the swing. 6-1, and he's going to fly it to left, and that's going to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. Go the Braves here in the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Atlanta nothing, San Diego coming to bat. And that'll bring up Gene Richards facing, I'm not sure why they call him Ricky Mailer. He's really Rick Mailer. Not sure why they do it the other way around. He was 9-10 with a 4.21 ERA. Gene Richards, your batter, 6-4, and that's a walk chance. Richards walks at an 8, but again, -2 is a 6, but that's a 1. So Gene Richards will draw the base on balls. And now we get our first strategy roll to see if Richards can get the lead to steal a base. His attempt is a 6. No adjustment from Mailer. So 1-6, and he will get a chance to steal it. It's an 8. He does not. So he'll hold, and here comes Juan Bonilla, second baseman. 2-1. That's a blank on Mailer. We go to Juan Bonilla. 4-6. That's a star line 5 up here. That is a fly to center. So Bonilla flies out to Butler, out number 1. And that's going to take us to Gary Templeton, shortstop. 3-1. Again, a blank for Mailer. 2-3, and that's a star 6, which is a fly ball to right field. 2 down. 2 down for Rupert Jones. Check the strategy roll again. I forgot to roll the strategy on the last at bat. We'll do it again. If it's a 20, then we start checking balks and pickoffs, but nothing happening. So Rupert Jones. 1-6 is a blank under Mailer. We go to Rupert Jones. Finish the at bat. He gets a 1-6. A star 2 is a ground ball to short. Since there are already 2 outs, we'll just say Ramirez throws it to first to end the inning. And the leadoff walk doesn't hurt Atlanta. Go to the second, no score from Jack Murphy Stadium. Bob Horner will lead it off for the Bravos. 3-4, and that's on the @ sign, which is the ballpark card. So we're going to Jack Murphy Stadium. It is predominantly a pitcher's hitting park. It has been improved since way early on. So in '82, it's a little bit better. When it first opened, it was really a pitcher's park. Now it's not too bad. So we'll see what Horner can do. That's a 1-1. He's going to ground it to third. And there's one away. So Horner is retired. And that will send up. Actually, I'm scoring this on Action PC, and I forgot to score it as I was starting to play. So let me get us caught up to date here, so that I can be on par with what's supposed to be happening. We had a fly out to center by Butler. We had a ground out to third by Hubbard. We had a fly to left by Claudell Washington. Then we had a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the first. But then we had a fly out to center, a fly out to right, and a ground ball to short. Get this all cleared up and straight for us. Ground ball to short. Then we start at the top of the second with a ground ball to third, and that gets us up to where we need to be. Ground ball to third, and we are there. All right, so now we're ready for Dale Murphy. Oh, and that one die didn't go through, so we'll re-roll that. Eichelberger, 2-4. That's a home run question mark. Against a right-hander, it's a 1-3, but that fails, so there's no home run chance or check for Murphy, so he'll swing. 4-6, he's going to fly it to right field. That's out number 2. Murphy flies out to Lascano. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to send us to first baseman Chris Chambliss, longtime Yankee. Eichelberger, 2-4. Again, the home run question mark. This time against lefties, 1-13. That passes. So Chambliss has a chance for a home run. It's a 1-15 to hit a home run against Eichelberger. That's a 15 right on the nose. The stadium doesn't affect it. So Chris Chambliss, a 2-out solo home run, puts the Braves on the board 1-0. You had the home run question mark against lefties was a 1-13, and that roll past it. When that passes, you come down here. He's a right-handed pitch. He's facing a right-handed pitcher, so it's a 15. Against a lefty, that would not have been a home run, but against a righty, it was. 1-0 Atlanta. It's going to bring up Bruce Benedict. 1-3, that's a walk chance. 5, he will walk him. That's an 11 minus the 2, but the 5 still fits. So a 2-out walk to Bruce Benedict. And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Rafael Ramirez. Benedict does have a 2 for a chance to get a lead here. He does not, so he'll hold. And here's Rafael Ramirez, shortstop. 5-1, possible wild pitch. That's a 9, and that will be a wild pitch. His wild pitch rating 1-14. He uncorks the wild pitch, and that will move the runner into scoring position, Mr. Benedict. That opens up first base. Possibility here of walking the number 8 hitter Ramirez and pitching to the pitcher, Rick Mailer, just to get out of the inning. Might not be a bad move, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to intentionally walk Rafael Ramirez. That happens a lot to the number 8 hitters. That's just part of the territory. And now with 2 outs and 2 on, here's Rick Mailer, the pitcher. 190 average, wasn't totally terrible. That's a 1, but I don't think anybody's stealing third. So we're going to have Mailer swing away. 2-3, and that's a walk plus to a lefty, but it's a blank to a righty, and he is a righty. So it will not be a walk. It'll be a blank, and Mailer will swing it. 2-2 for Mailer. He pops it up to first, Broderick Perkins, or as I used to call him, Bo Derek Perkins. He makes the catch to end the inning, and Eichelberger gets out of the mess with just the 1 run allowed. Go to the bottom of the second. Atlanta 1, San Diego 0. Leading off for the Padres will be Sixto Lezcano. 4-4 for Mailer. That's a hit by pitch chance. He's a 3. Mailer's hit by pitch adjustment, if he has one, is a -7, so he cannot be hit by a pitch. We go to Lezcano instead. 4-1, and that's a fly ball to left field on the split. Would have been a double against a lefty. But he flies it out to Murphy and left, and that is out number 1. 1 down, and that brings up Terry Kennedy. Kennedy, the catcher. 5-1, and that's a possible error on a throw if a throw is necessary. Go to Kennedy, 5-6. That's a star 4, and that's a fly ball to left. So with nobody on base, there's no throw to make. So the error check is voided, and that will be 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the second. Brings up third baseman Luis Salazar. 3-2 for Mailer is a blank. Go to Salazar. 6-5, that's a ground ball to third. Bob Horner is there. Easy play, and Padres go quietly in the second. We play 2 complete from Jack Murphy Stadium. Score Atlanta 1, San Diego nothing, thanks to the home run from Chris Chambliss. So since they walked the number 8 hitter and the pitcher made the last out, we're back to the top of the order, and Brett Butler. Butler flew to center his first chance. 2-2 for Eichelberger, and that's again an automatic out. He got Butler the first time on a 1-4 automatic out. He's going to get Butler again, so Butler has had bad breaks. He never had a chance. A 4 is a fly ball to left, so that's 1 away. So just bad luck there for Butler. It's 2 at-bats in a row that he had no say in the matter. The star line took everything in consideration and wiped everything out. Here's Glenn Hubbard, 5-2, and that's a home run straight up. There's no checking for over here. We're looking straight up on Glenn Hubbard's card. Glenn Hubbard is a 5 against right-handers, but that's an 11. So it misses the home run, but he's not out. He gets to swing on his own card. But he could have had a home run, but the D20 was not low enough. So Hubbard will swing it. 1-1, star 3 is a ground ball to third. Salazar makes the play, and Hubbard for the second time is grounded to Salazar. 2 up, 2 down, and that will send us to Claudell Washington. Flew to left field his first time up. 2-5, and that is going to be a possible error on a throw if a throw is needed. Claudell's card. Single to first base, so there's nobody on base, so there's no throws going to be needed. If there had been a runner on first, there would have been a possible throw needed, but not with an S3. With nobody on, it's going to be, actually S3 wouldn't be a throw either, because that's S3 is in stone what you get as far as your advancements. So Claudell Washington with a base hit, 2-out single, Claudell. And that'll bring up Mr. Bob Horner. But first, Claudell has a 7, a +1 from Eichelberger in the 6 here. So 1-7, he gets the chance to steal. He does not, so he will hold. And that brings up Bob Horner. Eichelberger, 5-4 is a strikeout chance. Horner strikes out at a 9. Stadium doesn't change anything. That's a 12, so no strikeouts. Go to Horner's card. 6-3, it's a star line 4, which in this case is a fly to left. Hauled in out there by Gene Richards, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the third, still a 1-0 Atlanta lead. And the bottom of the order for San Diego will be up. It'll be Broderick Perkins, followed by Eichelberger, the pitcher, and then back to Gene Richards. 5-6, and that's a split here. To the right is a strikeout, to the left is a walk. So we're checking walk chances for Perkins. That's a 7, but you take away the 2 here, makes that down to a 5. That's a 17. That's way off, so no walk, but he will swing. 3-1, it's a fly to center. And Perkins is out of there. That'll bring up the pitcher, Juan Eichelberger. Eichelberger on the 82 season, an 091 hitter. Actually, he stole a base. Had to be back of a double steal, I would imagine. Mailer 4-3. That's a strikeout chance. Pretty good chance there. It's a 28. So it doesn't matter what the D20 is. He's out of there on strikes. So 2 down. And for Rick Mailer, that is his first strikeout. Back to the top of the order, Gene Richards. 6-5. That's a possible error. Gene Richards. 6-6. That's a ground ball to third. We're checking Bob Horner for potential error. Bob Horner's error rating, look at his card, is a 6. That's a 14, so no error is going to be made. Horner will make the play, and that will end the inning. The D20 had to be a 6 or less for that to be an error, but 14 definitely clears that with no issues. And we go to the 4th, still 1-0 Atlanta. And do it for the Braves. It'll be Murphy, Chambliss, and Benedict. 2-2, and that is a strikeout chance for Eichelberger. He strikes out at a 14. Stadium doesn't affect anything. That's a 6, so Murphy is out on strikes. We're out number 1. And that is the first strikeout for Eichelberger. That'll take us to Chambliss, his home run, counted for the only run of the game so far. 1-6, that's a possible error. 5-2, it's a ground ball to short. We're going to check Gary Templeton for his error chances. Gary Templeton's error chance is a 10. That's an 18, so he does not make the error. This would have been 10 or less for him to make an error. That's an 18. It falls out of the range. So Templeton will make the play. 2 up and 2 down. And I haven't played this game in quite some time, so I'm hoping I don't forget any of the rules. That'd be kind of embarrassing. Oops. So 2 up now is going to be Bruce Benedict. 2 out space is empty in a 1-0 game here at the top of the 4th. 6-2, and that's a strikeout chance. There's a parentheses with a W, but he's not tired yet, so the strikeout is what we're still checking for. He's a 7, but that's an 8, so Benedict will get a swing. 2-1, it's a star 3, ground ball to third. Salazar's been busy over there. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, still a 1-0 ball game here in San Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium, which is predominantly a pitcher's park. So we start the bottom of the 4th. Due up for the Pods, it'll be Juan Bonilla, followed by Templeton and Jones. Tony Gwynn doesn't join the Padres until later in the season, so he is not on the roster. 3-3 is a blank. We'll go to Bonilla. 1-2, and that's a power result to left field. So he's facing a right-handed pitcher, which means we're in this little section here. And if we get anything 6 or less, he'll get whatever that hit is, single, double, triple. If it's higher than 6, it'll be just a fly out to left. That's a 13, so that's just a fly out to left. And that's 1 away. If he'd been facing a lefty, that would have been a triple because 13 is the last number on the triple. But because he's facing a right-hander, it is just simply a fly out to left field. 1 away, and here's Gary Templeton. 3-6 for Mailer, strikeout chance. And 11, that's a 15, so no strikeout. Templeton, 1-3 is a ground ball to first, and Chambliss will take it to the bag himself. 2 up, 2 down for San Diego here in the bottom half of the fourth. And it will send up Rupert Jones. Mailer, 4-2, and that's a blank to a lefty. Would have been a righty strikeout chance, but it's a blank to a lefty. So we check Jones. 2-1, that's a single past shortstop. So Rupert Jones, a 2-out single. And we'll see if he can get any kind of a jump to steal second base. His attempt is a 5, nothing added from Mailer. So 1-5, he can get the lead. He does not, so he will hold. And here's Sixto Lezcano. 6-4, that is a walk chance. Lezcano walks at an 18. Stadium takes away 2, makes it a 16. But that 6 still fits very well. And so Lezcano will draw the base on balls. And all of a sudden, the Padres have 2 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth of a 1-0 ball game, trying to break through, tie this game, or possibly take the lead. Here's Terry Kennedy. Strategy roll, make sure there's no 20. No. Here's Kennedy. 3-3, that's a blank on Mailer, so we go to Kennedy. 5-2, and that is a star 2, which is a ground ball to short, and it's already 2 out, so it's just going to be a 6-3 ground out. We don't need to check for double plays or anything. That will end the inning. So we played 4 here at Jack Murphy. The only run of the game is a Chris Chambliss homer, and we have the Padres trail 1-0. Top of the fifth, it'll be Ramirez, Mailer, and Butler. Ramirez was intentionally walked his first time up. 6-5, and that's a strikeout chance. He's a 5. That's an 8 too high. So Ramirez will swing it. 1-6, and he's going to get a single past Gary Templeton. Leadoff single for Ramirez. That's going to be prime time to let Rick Mailer go at it with a sacrifice bunt. So we're going to go to our sacrifice chart. And this is one I haven't done in a while, so bear with me while I get this together. We have our bunt ratings right here. Bunt rating on Mailer, his sacrifice rating, sacrifice hit rating, bunt rating is a 4. So he's a 4. And let's see, corners in, does that, I'm trying to remember if the corners in do anything to that. I mean, you would think it would. I don't care whether it is or isn't. I'm making a house rule that it does. So that's going to drop him to a 3. So he's a bunt rating of 3. We're going to roll 1d6 to see who fields it and 1d20 to see what happens. But we're in this 3 column for Mailer. So the guy who fields the bunt, 5, is the third baseman, Salazar. And now we're going to see what happens. That's a 12 on column 3. It's the same as the column 2. I'm sorry, it's column 4 would have been the same, so he didn't lose anything. It's a good, successful bunt. Good, successful bunt there to Salazar. Going to go 5-4. And that will move Mr. Ramirez to second base. He's in scoring position with 1 out, and back to the top of the order for Brett Butler. Butler's had some bad breaks. He has been out twice on star lines on the pitcher. It hasn't even got to his card yet. See what happens this time for Butler. See if he has a chance to go at it. 4-3. This time he will. 4-3 is a walk chance. Butler walks an 11. -2 is a 9. So it won't be a walk, but Butler will finally get to swing the bat. 3-6. It's a star 1. Ground ball to second. So he's out, but that will move the runner to third. So Ramirez will take third on the ground out, but now they're 2 away. It's going to take a 2-out hit or an error or something like that. Wild pitch, something to score the run. Hubbard stepping in. 4-2, that's a walk plus. So we're going to add 10 to Hubbard's walk rating, makes him a 25, so that's an automatic walk. So Hubbard will walk Putting runners at the corners with 2 outs. And that's going to send up Claudell Washington. So Claudell stepping to the plate. Hubbard, I'm going to check the strategy roll, but I don't think he's going to go anywhere. That's a 2. He could try to steal if he wanted to, because that's a 1, and that's a 1 to give him a count of 2. His stolen base is 11, plus 3 from Eichelberger would give him a 14. Kennedy is a +1 himself to give him a 15. So he could try to steal in a 1 to 15. I think, you know what, he's going to try it, 1 to 15. And he got caught stealing. So bad move there, ends the inning as he got caught stealing. Try to get greedy. And he is caught stealing. So nothing doing there for the Braves. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Hubbard out, so Claudell Washington will have to lead off the next inning. Coming up, speaking of leading off for the Padres, bottom third of the order, Luis Salazar will start us off. 6-1, that's a straight-up home run. Don't even need the D20 to check down here, but we need to check him. Home run, his home run chances are 1 to 7, but that's a 17, so that's going to fail, but he will get to swing it. 2-1, and that is a single past third base, so right past Horner for a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Broderick Perkins. And with the pitcher spot after Perkins, that's going to deter Perkins from trying to bunt the runner over. Perkins will just have to swing it. 5-3 is a strikeout chance. And 8 there, but that's too high of the 17. So Salazar, I'm sorry, what is Salazar doing there? Why is this? That was Salazar. It should be Perkins. Perkins definitely too high on the strikeout list, so we're going to let him swing it away. 5-2, and that is a single to right field. I'm not sure if I messed something up with that or not, because I got confused with the base runners not moving the card like I was supposed to have done. So it's a single to right field. When you single to right, whoops, wrong side. When you single to right field, to run from first to third, you add 2 to their run rating. The run rating on Salazar is a 4, so that makes him a 6. And then the right fielder arm, you add that to it, it's a +2 from Claudell, makes him an 8, so he automatically gets the extra base. So Salazar will take third. Runners are at the corners. Nobody out for Juan Eichelberger. Eichelberger is a good bunter, and they could have a situation where they only want to bunt the runner from first to second. So first of all, we'll do a strategy roll, make sure nothing's weird's going on. All right, so Eichelberger will bunt. He's a 4-rated bunter. He's going to drop to a 3-rated bunter because the corners are in. Roll and see who fields it. It is going to be the third baseman, Horner. And then, again, we're checking column 3. And we get an 11, and that's going to be a good bunt. So it's a good bunt. We'll move the runner to second with 1 out. Run on third holds. So sacrifice bunt goes 5-4. One out now in the top of the order, and 2 runners in scoring position for San Diego. So they got a couple cracks to break through. Braves are going to play the infield. They're going to play in. 20, so there's a chance of a balk or a pass. Balk or a pickoff. That's a 19, so everybody got back. Here's Richards. Infield is in. 5-4. Possible error. 5-4 is a strikeout chance. That's a 7. That's a 20, way too high. So Richards will swing. 3-4. And that's a power result to center field. That's a 17, though, so that's going to be an out. That's going to be a fly out to center field because the 17 is higher than the 9. That's out number 2. The question is it a sacrifice fly? His sacrifice fly rating is only a 1. See if we get it that way. We do not. The fly out went to center field. Center fielder arm, in this case, Brett Butler, is a 0. The runner on third, Salazar, is a 4. So 1 to 4, the sacrifice fly is still good. It is not, and it's possible that he could be out trying to score. So when you get that 6, that's when you get into a little bit of stuff going on. So we go to our outfield arm. Outfield arm. And the outfield arm is a 0. So a 1 to 3 is going to send us to this extra roll. A 4 to 6 just means he's going to change his mind and hold it third. He's going to hold it third. So it was ended up not being deep enough as he couldn't take the chance. He who hesitates is lost. And he definitely hesitated. So now 2 outs, runners at second and third. The infield back to normal for Juan Bonilla. That's a 2. Nobody's going to try to steal home or anything. So here we go. Mailer. 6-5. That's a possible error. Go to Bonilla's card. 2-1. That's a ground ball to short. We're checking the error rating of Mr. Rafael Ramirez. His error rating is a 12, but that's a 16. So that means Ramirez will make the play. And since there are already 2 outs, he's just going to throw it to first and be done with it. But Ramirez saves Atlanta the run by not booting that. And at the end of 5 complete, it's still a 1-0 Atlanta lead. Padres blow a golden opportunity. Second and third, and only 1 out, and they can't score them. All right, here is Claudel Washington. He will lead off against Eichelberger. 3-4, and that's a ballpark check with that @ sign. So we're coming over here to Jack Murphy. Get a 1-4, and that is a star line 2, which is a ground ball to short. So Claudel grounds to Templeton. 1 away. That will send up Mr. Bob Horner. Horner 0 for 2. 6-1 is a blank for Eichelberger. We go to Horner. 4-3, and that is a single pass shortstop. So he sneaks it past Templeton. A 1-out single for Mr. Horner. He's not much of a runner, though. His attempt is a 2. Doesn't get anything, so he'll hold, and here's Murphy. 4-3, that is a potential walk. That's a 6, so he will walk Murphy. So first and second with 1 out. Braves have something else cooking here in the top of the 6th. And we will turn it over to Mr. Chambliss, whose home run is the only run of the game so far. Padres would love to turn a double play right about now. 1-4, and that's an automatic out against the lefty. So let's see what the out is. It is a 2. It's a ground ball to short, so it's a potential double play. Chambliss's double play rate is a 3. Eichelberger doesn't do anything with that. They were halfway, makes him a 4. And now we're checking the pivot of Bonilla. And Bonilla's pivot rating is a 0. So it's a 1 to 4. And we have a Giovanni's Tailor Shop tailor-made double play. And we do. So that's going to take care of the Braves here in the top of the 6th. 6-4-3 double play. Tailor-made. Turn by the Padres. Keeps the score at 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Nip and tuck all the way. Bottom of the 6th we go. Gary Templeton leads off against Mailer. 3-1 is a blank. We go to Templeton. 3-2, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. 1 away. 1 down as Ramirez takes care of his counterpart at short, Templeton. Here's Rupert Jones. Rumor has it he likes pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. 2-6 is a range play. First range play of the game. Rupert Jones, 3-6. That's a ground ball to first. We're checking the range of Mr. Chambliss. His range is a 5, best you can have. So the only way this sneaks through for a hit is if this is a 6. It is not. So Chambliss makes the play, and he will flip to Mailer covering for out number 2. Nice play there by Chambliss as he ranged far to his right and throws it back to Mailer for 2 quick outs for Sixto Lezcano. 1-2 is a blank for Mailer. We go to Lezcano. 3-2 for Lezcano, and that is a power result to right field. It goes up to 10, but that's a 17, so it's just a deep fly to right. And Padres are gone here in the 6th. So we play 6 complete from Jack Murphy Stadium with the score still 1-0 Atlanta. The home run from Chambliss is the only dent on the scoreboard. Now we need to start from the 7th inning, start looking at pitcher fatigue. Eichelberger can face 30 batters. Right now he has faced, looks like 24, so he's okay for now. Mailer can face 24. He has faced 23 at the moment, so he's around the verge of having to come out. And in fact, he is scheduled to bat 3rd this inning, so they may go ahead and pinch hit for Mailer. Cap him at the 6 innings. We'll have to wait and see. He is pitching a shutout, though, so that's something to consider. Here's Benedict. 2-5 on Eichelberger is a possible error on a throw. See if a throw is needed. Benedict 2-1, star 3. That's a ground ball to 3rd, so we are looking at the error chance on the throw of Luis Salazar. His error rating at 3rd base is a 13. That's a 5. He's going to make a throwing error. So throwing error will put the runner at first, and now we're going to make sure it's not a 2-base error. We look at the first baseman. First baseman, in this case, Broderick Perkins, his range is a 4. So if the next roll is a 1, 2, 3, or 4, that means Perkins will block the ball and not let it get by him and hold it to a 1-base error. 5 or 6, we're going to have a 2-base error. So he does block it. So only a 1-base error. E5 on Mr. Salazar. First error for either team. And Benedict's at first base with nobody out for Rafael Ramirez. That's a 20. Eichelberger, a 1-3 is a pickoff. 1-3 is a balk. 4 is a pickoff. 5 is a pickoff error. That's an 8, so nothing happened. Eichelberger, 3-6. That's a range play. The infield is halfway, so that's going to take away 1 from their range on ground balls. We go to Ramirez. 1-1 is a single right to the pitcher, Eichelberger, and his range doesn't change because the infield coming in doesn't affect him at all. He's a 3. So basically, a 1-3, he takes this hit away. He does not, so the single is going to be good. And we'll check the base running advancement on an S1. To get from first to third, you need a 4, 5, or 6 run rating. And the runner, Benedict, only runs at a 2, so he can only get 1 base. So it's first and second, nobody out. But what that's going to allow now is Rick Mailer to bunt. And he'll certainly stay in the game naturally. So Mailer again will bunt. First the strategy roll to make sure nothing weird's going on. The bunt is going to be fielded by 6, which in this case is the catcher, Terry Kennedy. He's going to come out and get it. We're again looking at column 3 to make sure there's a good bunt or whatever it is. That's a 17. That's going to be problems. So that's safe. It says great bunt. How about that? Rick Mailer put down such a great bunt. He's safe. How do you like that? Rick Mailer is safe on the bunt single. Now that was unexpected for sure. Now the bases are loaded and nobody's out. Padres in deep doo-doo. In fact, they've got their bullpen going now. Butler, Washington, a couple of lefties coming up, so they have in their bullpen. Let's see who they want to use. They got John Curtis loosely in the bullpen. He's a starter and reliever, but he doesn't start in the beginning of the season. He does mostly relieving. So John Curtis is loosening in the bullpen. As far as the infield, and they need outs. Hate to play in and let one get through. They're gonna play back to the double play. So the pitch to Butler from Eichelberger. That's a 2, but nobody's going anywhere. 2-1 for Eichelberger. He's not tired yet, so that single there actually is a blank. Go to Butler. 5-3 for Butler is a ground ball to second, possible double play, although he is a 0 and Eichelberger is a 0. They get 1 point for being halfway in. The pivot is Templeton at short. So the only way it's a double play is on a 1. And it's a 5, so it'll be a fielder's choice, but the run's going to score. RBI ground out for Brett Butler. Scoring is Benedict. Rafael Ramirez is going to get the third, and Mailer is out at second on the 4-6 fielder's choice. 1 away, but now it's a 2-0 Braves lead. Two nothing Braves. And due up is Mr. Hubbard. Infield again looking for the, well, actually, yep, they're looking for the double play. Nine, so Butler could steal if he wanted to. He's an 8, and he got the +1 from Eichelberger for a 9. That would make him a 14. +3 is a 17. +1 from Kennedy is an 18. So 1 to 18, Butler's going to go. And he's out. Boy, how do you like that? The D20 was horrible. Brett Butler caught stealing. We're out number 2. Thought you could get there, but I tell you what, didn't get it done. So now all of a sudden it's 2 outs with a runner at third. The infield can go back to normal. And Glenn Hubbard is your batter. Eichelberger 6-4 is a blank. We go to Hubbard. 4-5, and that is going to be a line out to first, and that's going to end the inning. So all that in Atlanta only gets 1 run. Might come back to bite them. I think that might be all for Eichelberger as well. Actually, Mailer's going to keep going. But I'm sure Eichelberger will come out after 7 innings. We'll close the book on Eichelberger. As he's going to go 7 innings, he's going to give up 6 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of which was earned. Gave the home run, obviously. And now Mailer can face 24 batters before he tires. This is batter number 24 coming up right now, Terry Kennedy. After Terry Kennedy, if he hits a parentheses, he will have to come out. But right now he's nursing a 2-0 lead. Mailer 6-5 is a possible error. Possible error. Check Kennedy. 4-6. That's a ground ball to first. We're checking Chambliss for a potential error. Chambliss's error rating is a 3. That's a 9, so that's way above the error range. So Chambliss will make the play. Flip it to Mailer covering, and that's 1 away. So Mailer, a stellar opening day performance, and that historically has been his case. He's not that great of a pitcher, but he is really, really super fantastic throughout history on opening day. At least early in his career, he was. In the 80s, he was. In the early 80s, he was really good on opening day. Here's Salazar, 5-5, and that is a possible error on a ground ball. Check Salazar. 6-4, that's a ground ball to short, so we're checking Ramirez for the error rating. That might be an error. That's an 11. I thought Ramirez was either a 12 or a 13. We'll look him out, see what he is. He is a 12, so that will be an error. The 11 fits inside the 12, so it will be an error. It's not a throwing error. It's an error on a ground ball, so we're not worried about the first baseman range trying to catch the throw or anything. It's just one where he just simply, it eats him up, and he bobbles it because it did say EG, not ET. So the 1 base error on Ramirez will send Salazar to first base. Comes Broderick Perkins, and now the Padres will need a pinch hitter in the on deck circle here very shortly. Mailer 2. I don't think Perkins is going well. Let's see here. Salazar is a 7, so he could get a attempt here if he would so choose. He's a 16. He's a 16. Mailer is nothing, and the arm of Benedict is a 0. So it'd be a 1 to 16. You know what? I don't care. 2-0. We're going to try it. And he's in there. Stolen base for Luis Salazar. One thing, it takes away the double play, if nothing else. So Salazar steals second. Salazar is at second base with 1 out, and Broderick Perkins, your batter. But now you have at least 2 chances to get him in from second base, first with Broderick Perkins and then with a pinch hitter. Mailer to Perkins. 2-3, and that is a strikeout chance. Only a 4, though, so no strikeout. Go to Perkins' card. 3-5, and that's a ground ball to first, so they'll get the runner to third with 2 outs. And now we need a pinch hitter for the Padres. And we'll see who's available for them to pinch hit. As we look at their bench, you would think you would look for a left-handed pinch hitter. They have a couple of them, 3 of them to be exact, from the left side. They have Tim Flannery. They have Randy Bass, who later goes to Texas. They have Tim Flannery, and they have Joe LaFay. So those 3. And looks like Flannery has the best average. So we're going to go with Flannery to pinch hit for Juan Eichelberger. So Eichelberger's day is done. So coming in to pinch hit is Tim Flannery. Flannery hit .264 on the 1982 season, and he's up there in a big spot trying to drive home that run from third with 2 outs. And then we'll figure out who the new pitcher is going to be in the top of the 8th. Right now, 2-0 Braves, but a runner on third, and Flannery, your batter. Nothing on the Havoc. 3-6, that's a strikeout chance. His is only a 6, but that's a 1. So Flannery is out of there. Mailer strikes him out to end the inning. So Mailer's at least going to go 7 innings. We'll see if he goes further than that, but he's at least going to go 7. It is 2-0 Braves at the end of 7 complete. And now the Padres will need a new pitcher. It's going to be Washington, a left-hander, and then 2 right-handers and then a left-hander. So you can kind of go either direction you so choose, but I think they're going to go to a right-hander out of their bullpen. And the right-hander is going to be Eric Schau. Eric Schau does start some games, but not for a while. He starts in June. So he was in the bullpen initially for the first couple of months. So Eric Schau, he had 14 starts, but he had 33 relief appearances. So Eric Schau, 10-6, 3 saves, .264 ERA. Schau will be in there. And he will face Claudell Washington, Bob Horner, and Dale Murphy. 2-6 for Schau. Wild pitch, so that's just ball 1, but that means we're going to the batter card. Claudell, 2-2, is a fly ball to left. 1 away as Schau makes good on the first at bat. That'll bring up Bob Horner. 5-2 for Schau is the ballpark card going to Jack Murphy Stadium for Mr. Horner. 4-3, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Templeton is there. 2 quick outs. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 8th of a 2-0 game. Going to Dale Murphy. 2-4, and that's a blank. We go to Murphy's card. 6-1, star 1 is a ground ball to short. So it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Eric Schau. He takes care of Atlanta in short order. Go to the bottom of the 8th. And we'll see about, you know what? Let's see. They're going to go ahead and make the pitching move. Mailer gave him 7 innings. They're not going to push it any further than that. Mailer gives them 7. They will now go to the pen. And they will go to, what do they want to go to here? The closer is Gene Garber. So they could go to Garber, or they could go to a lefty with some lefties coming up. They are going to go actually to the Mad Hungarian, Al Hrabosky, is going to come on and pitch. He will be the new pitcher for Atlanta. Try to get him through the 8th inning, then maybe turn it over to Mr. Garber in the 9th. No double switch because they're not going to. Hrabosky's only going to go at max 1 inning, so they're not worried about a double switch at the moment. But they do bring in the Mad Hungarian, Al Hrabosky. He is on. Hrabosky, 2-1 with 3 saves and a .554 earned run average. Mailer 7 solid innings of shutout ball, scattering 3 hits. Pitched really, really well. Now Hrabosky is on to face Richards. 1-1 is a blank on Hrabosky. We go to Richards. 6-1, it's a ground ball to third, and Mr. Horner makes the play. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. 2-0 Atlanta. Padres unable to break the scoreboard right now. Here's Juan Bonilla. 5-4. That's a strikeout chance for Hrabosky. He's only a 7 against lefties. That's a 19, so no strikeout. Bonilla 4-2. That's a power result to center. Against lefties, it goes to 13. That's a 9. That'll be a triple for Juan Bonilla. You can see that 7 through 13 number gives him a triple. So 1-out triple for Juan Bonilla. 1-out triple. Had he been facing a right-hander, that would have been an out. But the 7 to 13 is right there for a triple. So a triple for Mr. Bonilla with 1 out. And now that sends up Gary Templeton. The infield is back. They lead by 2. They're not worried that much about this run. They're worried about the batters primarily. 1, but nobody's going to steal home. Hrabosky 2-6. That's a range play. The infield is back. Don't forget. The infield is back. Here's Templeton on a range play. 2-5. Fly ball to center field. We're checking the range of Brett Butler to see if he can get to this. Brett Butler, his range is a 3. So 1 to 3, he gets to this. And he does. Now, is it a sacrifice fly is the question. Sacrifice fly rating on Templeton is a 3. So 1 to 3, it's a sacrifice fly. It is not. So now we're going to check the arm versus the run rating. Bonilla runs at a 3. Butler's arm's a 0. So 1 to 3, it's still going to be a sacrifice fly. It is not. Boy, just not deep enough to score him. So Templeton couldn't quite get it out there far enough. And Butler keeps everything tidy. Brings up Rupert Jones, lefty on lefty with Al Hrabosky. -2, and that's a walk chance. He walks at a 12 against left-handers. -2 is a 10. That is a 10, though, so he will walk. Rupert Jones draws the walk. And now what do you do if you're Atlanta? You might have to go to Garber here because it's getting tight. Tying run is on base now with right-handed hitting Sixto Lezcano at the plate. So I think they're going to make the move to the bullpen for Gene Garber, and we may see a double switch here. Garber is set to bat 4th next inning. The question is, who do you want to take out? Actually, they're going to take out Horner, and they're going to bring in Jerry Royster to play third base and bat 9th. So Royster will come in to play third base and bat 9th. Going into Horner's cleanup spot will be the pitcher, Gene Garber, on this double switch. So Garber is your new pitcher. Horner has to come out of, or will come out of the game. Let's get Atlanta's lineup here. So Horner, who's 8 spots, or Garber's now 8 spots away, and Royster is going to hit in the spot previously held by the pitcher. So the call has been made to the bullpen by Joe Torre, and there will be a double switch for Gene Garber. And going in to play third base is Mr. Royster. So Roboski, and then Horner's out of the game. Roboski goes 2/3 of an inning. He's going to give up a hit and a walk. And he is, of course, responsible for the 2 guys on base. So a big spot here for Garber. 2 outs, runners on the corners of a 2-0 game here in the bottom of the 8th. Lascano, I guess you call this a clutch situation. Garber, strategy roll, nothing happening. Here's Lascano. 1-4 for Garber. That's a home run question mark. 1-6, but that fails, so we go to Lascano. 6-6, and that's against a righty. That's a ground ball to third. It would have walked against a lefty, but against a righty, it's a ground ball to third, and the inning's over. Padres leave more runners on base, and Garber does the job. Gets them out of the inning with the 2-0 lead still intact as we head to the top of the 9th. Padres got to feel snake bit not being able to get these runs across. Chow, his second inning of work, he can face 8 batters. He's only faced 3, so he's in good shape. Going to face Chambliss, Benedict, and Ramirez. If anybody gets on, Royster, who is now in the 9th spot. 2-5 strikeout chance, and he will get him because the stadium doesn't change anything. 7 and the 6, he does get him. So Chambliss is out on strikes. 1 away, and here is Bruce Benedict. 1-1, and that's a strikeout chance. And of course, the 1 there, that's pretty much automatic. Look at that, all those 1s there, 3 1s in a row. So Chow, another strikeout, 2 quick outs, and that will take it to Rafael Ramirez. 1-3 is the ballpark card going to Jack Murphy. 5-5, that's a fly to left field, and that's going to end the inning. So as it turns out, we never got to the pitcher spot. We didn't know that going in because anybody gets on, they would have been at the pitcher spot. As it is, Royster will lead off the 10th if we get there. But the Padres got to score 2 runs to get us there. And what they've done the first 8 innings, it's not looking likely. Bottom of the 9th we go. Last chance against G. Garber. It'll be Kennedy, Salazar, and Perkins. Anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for Chow. Get a 2-6. That's a possible error on the throw. 5-1. It's a fly ball to right, so no throw to worry about. 1 away. Braves looking to start opening day 1-0. This is not a season project, by the way. Just I happen to pick this game. So 1 out, and here's Salazar. I got so many projects going on, I can't afford to do season projects. 5-4. That's a blank. Here's Salazar. 2-3, and that's a star 5, which is a fly to left again. So 2 fly outs, 2 easy outs, and it's down to the last man standing, Broderick Perkins. Broderick Perkins. 5-1 from Garber is a blank. We go to Perkins. 6-3 he grounds it to second, and there's your ball game. Braves shut out the Padres 2-0 behind great pitching from Rick Mailer and Gene Garber. Roboski, a little suspect, but he got out of it. But 2-0, and we get to the final line score. And I'll show the score sheet and all that stuff once I get everything filled in for the pitchers. Let's see. Rick Mailer walked 2, struck out 2. Garber went an inning and a third, and he's going to give up nothing. No walks, no strikeouts, no nothing. Winning pitcher is Mailer, 1-0. Losing pitcher is Eichelberger, 0-1. For Eichelberger, 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 4 walks and a strikeout. Shao, 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, nothing else. So the final line score for Atlanta, 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Padres, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. So there is your final line score. As we have finished everything here, 2-6-1 for Atlanta, and 0-4-1 for the Padres. And there you see the pitching lines for everybody as well. Garber getting that save. So hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. I had a lot of fun. I haven't played Inside Pitch in a while. Got a comment about how come I don't play Inside Pitch anymore. And I said, okay, well, let me play Inside Pitch and we'll see what happens. So here we go, Inside Pitch. You have now seen it. And I'm not talking about the Inside Pitch they're doing now. I'm talking about the real Inside Pitch, which is this game right here. So let's go do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.